What's good, everyone? So I just want to apologize to BuzzFeed and BuzzFeed employees because I said that they had the worst and dumbest content on YouTube multiple times. I gave them the gold medal for being the biggest clowns on YouTube, and I've also said that they only take L's, no wins, but that changes today. BuzzFeed finally gets a winner's medal from me because they no longer hold the Guinness World Record title of most L's being taken within a span of 5 minutes. Today, we're going to be taking a look at quite possibly, actually, it's not even possibly, quite literally the dumbest video I've ever seen in my entire life. Every time I watch these videos, I always think to myself that it can't get worse, but inevitably it does. And you'll also notice there is no hate mail for today. That's because I want all of your undivided attention on this fool, okay? So maybe grab some protective headgear, a helmet would work, maybe wear a couple of baseball caps, or take aluminum foil and wrap it around your head because you are guaranteed to lose at least one brain cell after watching this video. This is how I looked like after watching this. Now, before I start, I just want to make it very clear, I do not condone harassment or bullying. I don't have a problem with the transgender community. They're doing their own thing. They're not bothering me at all. But I know the haters already had an entire essay typed out ready to send to my inbox. You can go ahead and delete that. Sorry to break your hearts. But when videos like this are made, I have to respond. You feel me? So let's just keep the clowning to this video. Don't go out of your way to be toxic and harass or bully this person. This is just a response video. So without further ado, let's jump right in.
Would you date someone who's trans?
Hell no.
Would you date someone who's black?
I mean, sure, why not?
Would you date someone who's fat?
As long as they're not 900-pound Goliaths who need a Walmart electric scooter to move around, right? When they sit down, they don't ooze over their chair like a blob. If they're just a little chubby, you know, they just got a little bit of extra weight on them. What do they say on social media? I think they call it dummy thick. I don't know if I'm allowed to use that word unironically, but whatever. If that's the case, I wouldn't really have a problem dating them.
Would you date someone who's disabled?
Well, if they're a brain-dead vegetable, then how the hell do you expect me to date them? There are a billion disabilities out there, so it really depends on what disability you're talking about. But if they're missing an arm or something like that, then I guess they're classified as disabled. Maybe there's a hot girl out there who's hard of hearing or something, but again, I really wouldn't have a problem.
Now, honestly, I don't know what your answer is to those questions, but I've met a surprising number of people who would say no to all or at least some of them. Their argument is that it's just a preference and that you can't control who you're attracted to.
What the hell? Of course it's a preference, you dumbass. Are you telling me that me not being attracted to guys is something that I can control? That tomorrow I can just wake up, flip a switch, and be gay?
Let's start with trans people. Would you date a trans person? Honestly? Think about it for a second. Okay, got your answer?
Well, you already asked me this question in the beginning. I already answered it. I don't think I'll ever change my answer, even if CIA Spec Ops agents try to kidnap me and waterboard me, but let me spell it out for you. N-O, that spells no.
Well, if you said no, I'm sorry, but that's pretty discriminatory.
Wait. Hold on. What? Alright, see, by this amazing Albert Einstein level reasoning, gay people must be discriminating against women. Straight men, because we aren't attracted to other men, we have now discriminated against ourselves, our own gender. Is it really discriminatory if I don't want to be with someone that might be packing the Johnny Sins 9-inch whale cock? Now, let me explain this to her like I would explain it to a child. An example of discrimination against a transgender person would be if a transgender person gets fired from their job because they are transgender, or if a transgender person walks into a Taco Bell trying to order a Crunchwrap Supreme, but they get denied service and kicked out because of their gender identity or whatever you want to call it. That's discrimination.
There was probably a time in my life when I said I wouldn't date a trans person, but since then I've thought critically about it and changed my mind.
I wonder why she changed her mind.
I think you could be attracted to any trans person, whether they pass or not.
Hold on, so you're telling me that I would be attracted to a trans person whether they pass as a woman or not? Let's take a look at some evidence. Let's make this an interactive activity. All right, we have Exhibit A over here. Now, come on, man, you're not fooling anyone out here. I think a blind person like Helen Keller can tell that this was a dude at one point, right? It looks like she's wearing a Halloween costume. This person definitely does not pass as a female, and I'm certainly not attracted to her. So let's move on to Exhibit B. Now, this person has a beard. It's thicker than my beard. I mean, she's rocking a dog collar. I'm more attracted to Lizzo Lizzo, if you know who that is. So no, if they don't pass, it's like off the table. I'm sure there's a person out there who is attracted to these people, but for me, nah fam, that's a hard pass.
I think that you could feel attraction to someone without knowing what's between their legs.
This isn't some character customization screen where you just pick and choose what you want to be, alright? Like if I'm dating a girl, I have the expectation that she's not packing the millimeter Peter, right? Like this isn't a game of Russian roulette. Like on the third date, she says, surprise, I have a penis. Like that's not the game I'm playing out here.
If you met someone who was extremely attractive, had a great personality, but didn't have the genitals that you wanted, you might be surprised to find that it isn't a deal breaker.
Now, genitals aren't a deal breaker. What if I want to start a family, maybe have my own kids? How can I do that if the person I'm dating has a dick? Isn't that the definition of a deal breaker? Like, I don't give a damn if that person was sculpted by God himself. They might be the hottest person to walk the face of this earth, but if they're pulling up with the yogurt hose, okay, I'm out of there. I would rather try my hand at dating one of those lifelike dolls because there's probably a better chance that that inanimate object could have a kid.
As someone who is trans and gay...
Wait, hold your horses. We have to bring out the whiteboard here. Maybe someone who has a PhD in gender studies. You can come out of unemployment and you can help me out here. We've finally found something useful for you to do. So she says she's trans and gay. So that means she was a he, but then he became a she. So that completes the transgender part. Now let's work on the gay part of this mathematical equation. So because she's gay, does that mean she's attracted to guys? So wouldn't that make her straight? Or is she saying gay as in lesbian, which also technically means she's straight because she was once a guy? She's basically straight with extra steps in between. I don't know, maybe I made an arithmetic error here, but yeah, that's what my calculations show.
If I find you attractive, I don't care what you have down there.
Okay, I don't care who or what you're attracted to. It looks like you'd sleep with anything that moves, but we're not you, okay? Just because you drool over a man's custard launcher doesn't mean I have to. I have my own preferences, okay? Me not wanting to date certain people is my choice. I'm not out here saying it's wrong to date trans people or fat people or whatever. You can date whoever the hell you want. I don't care. But as long as you're not trying to actively change my mind on who I'm allowed to and not allowed to like, then we're cool.
But you can unlearn your own prejudices. It just takes time and conscious effort.
Wait, so now I have a prejudice because I don't like dick? So please, oh wise one, explain to me how I can unlearn my so-called prejudice. Would you like me to have a big fat orgy with transgender people until I magically become a transgender person or something? Is that what you want me to do?
Saying that you're not attracted to fat people isn't innate. It's informed by a society that tells you that being thin is ideal. Everything in the media you consume is bombarding you with messages that skinny is beautiful and fat is ugly.
So apparently the media is the one that's telling me that fat people are bad and skinny people are good. I mean, when I was 5 years old and if someone asked me if this person was attractive, I would probably give you the same answer I would give you now, and that answer is obviously no. It's not like all of us are sheep and we just believe everything the media has to say, right? I know some morons who do, right? They believe everything the media tells them, but a lot of us were born with these preferences. I came into this earth with an idea of what I am and am not attracted to.
But again, if you find someone attractive and really enjoy spending time with them, there's no reason why their weight should be a factor.
If you find someone attractive and you enjoy spending time talking to them, doesn't that by definition mean that you don't find their weight to be a problem because you find them attractive in the first place?
Now, if you're not attracted to someone, you're not attracted to them. I'm not going to tell you that you have to be attracted to this fat person or that trans person or that disabled person.
What the hell was all that bullshit about? You were telling me earlier how I'm such a hateful discriminator because I wouldn't want to date a transgender person, and now you're telling me this? Are you trolling me? Like, you're literally just wasting my time.
But the more you work at unlearning your own prejudices, the more you'll be able to see people from these groups as people rather than tired stereotypes. Unlearning our own biases doesn't happen overnight, and I don't have a step-by-step instruction guide for you.
If you're gonna tell us that we all have a problem, which we don't, but let's just say for the sake of argument we do, won't you assume that this person would have at least a single solution written up? What's the point of telling us that we're all terrible people and not tell us what we can do to fix it? Like, am I supposed to drink a magic potion or something? See, there are no solutions to this because this isn't a problem in the first place. You can only have a solution if there is a problem.
Because these dating preferences are ultimately harmful to people who don't fit into your box of what a conventionally attractive person looks like.
How am I hurting someone with my dating preferences? I'm not taking a transgender person on a date and then telling them at the end that I was trolling and that I actually didn't want to date them. None of us would even take it to that level. We're all in our own lane. I'm not out here going up to a fat person acting like I'm attracted to them. By your logic, all the girls who think I'm ugly are hurting me and they're discriminating against me, but obviously that's not the case. That's their opinion and they're entitled to it. But guess what? There are girls out there who find me attractive, and there are people out there who find you attractive. There are people out there who might find a fat person attractive, who might find a transgender person attractive. So this is literally a non-issue. You've hit like maximum level SJW snowflake. It's incredible. I didn't think I'd witness this in my entire life, but here we are. Send this person to the modern warfare gulag. But anyways, guys, let me know what you think in the comments below. Now, I have a couple of things to mention. So I've been having a lot of people asking me to shout them out or shout their friend's YouTube channel out or something like that. If I still had like 15,000 subscribers, I would have no problems with shouting people out. But it's just come to the point where if I shout one person out, then I'll have like 1,000 other people asking me to do the same thing. And that's obviously just very hard to do. So for that reason, I just don't do shout outs in general. And even if I do shout you out, it's not like your channel is going to get 100,000 subscribers overnight. I don't have that type of pull, so I do have to apologize. Again, normally I would have zero problems shouting people out, but it's just going to be a logistical nightmare nowadays, so I'm very, very, very sorry for that. I also just want to give a huge thanks to every single person who's showed me love in the emails. I do my best to respond to every single person who sends me something, except if it's a stupid hate mail. But if I haven't gotten to your email yet, please be patient. If it's been like over 2 weeks and you still haven't gotten a response, email me again and I will definitely get to you. As you can imagine, I have a ton of emails coming my way and it's become very hard for me to respond to everything in a day. Now, with that being said, if you haven't followed me on Twitter, go ahead and do that. My social media game is lacking so hard compared to other YouTubers. I guess I've just done a very poor job of promoting it. So go ahead and like all my tweets. You know what to do. And also, if you've gotten up to this point of the video and have not yet subscribed, then you actually might catch a case of mild to serious ligma. So hit that subscribe button. I'll set the goal to hit 170,000 subscribers by the end of this year. So with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
For cracks and weed, the combination made my eyes bleed. No question, I will flow off and try to get the dough on. Sticking up right boys on board. My life got no better. Same damn low sweater. Times is rough and tough like leather. Figured out I went the wrong route, so I got with a sick tight clip and went all out. Catching keys from cross.